Did you know that Boca Raton was the second largest city in Palm Beach County? It has just under 100,000 residents here. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of some of my favorite spots, a little bit of history, some food here in the town of Boca Raton, and we're getting started right now. Hey everybody, I'm Palm Beach's Paul. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm standing in front of the town hall here in the city of Boca Raton. Boca's the last city that you go through before you go into Broward County, which is Fort Lauderdale to the south. And the building behind me was designed by the one and only Addison Mizner. Now you may remember Addison Mizner from the video I did about the town of Palm Beach. He is the famous architect who designed a lot of Palm Beach. Notably, he did the Everglades Club and then many of the mansions of the well-to-do at that time in the early 1900s. And he was so well known that they asked him to help design Boca Raton. And as you can see, he left his touch on the city of Boca Raton with a lot of his beautiful architectural style. So today's video, we're gonna go take a look at a very old neighborhood, one of the oldest neighborhoods here in the state of Florida, which was designed by Addison Mizner. We're also going to take a look at one of the buildings that he housed his offices in, because he had a construction company and he had the Mizner Development Company, and he was developing everything here from hotels to housing to all sorts of stuff here in Boca Raton. And then we'll also be, of course, getting ourselves some coffee and some lunch here at a couple places here. One of them I've been wanting to try for quite a long time. And so we're gonna do all that today. So let's get started. So I stopped off at this cute little place called Maine Coffee, and I did a poll on Facebook the night before and asked a lot of my friends where I should go, and here in Boca, and they said stop off at Maine. And so far I'm very happy I did. Got myself something here called a Bostock, which is like a French pastry, sort of like a croissant, an almond croissant. It's made on a brioche, and it's got like powdered sugar, and it's really good. It's lightly sweet but not too sweet. And then I went with a cortado, which is half milk, half espresso. You can see that. That's nice and strong. That should get me going through for the days. We've got a lot of walking we're going to do today here in Boca Raton. So Maine's been open for about 5 years. I just spoke to one of the owners, and they said they just got a new baker for some of the breads. Like that Bostock was absolutely delicious. He even said he'd never had one before, and they said let's try something different. And so like I said, it's on a brioche, and it's got like a sort of a frangipani, I think that's what you call it. And I told you guys I'm not a food expert. And then it had like an almond sort of glaze on it, and then powdered sugar, and it was perfect because it wasn't too sweet, but it was sweet enough, which I like. And the coffee was good and strong. But so that's a neat little place. It's basically, I'll show you where we're at right here. That sign there, 500 Spanish River Plaza, right down here in Boca Raton. Go check them out. Neat little place, and great coffee. Now I know I got another good coffee shop to visit when I'm in Boca, but we got a lot of stuff to go look at today. A lot of history about the town of Boca Raton, and a lot of neat sites I'm going to try to get in today. There's obviously way too much to get in one video, and but we'll get what we can. I got some fun stuff planned, so let's go. Mizner was brought to Boca Raton because of his architectural design, his skill and his notoriety for that. He was very famous. As I said, he designed the Everglades Club for Paris Singer, the heir to the Singer sewing family fortune. They were friends, and he designed that, and then he went on to design a lot of other things. And during the 1920s, we had the Florida land boom going on. So in 1925, when Boca was incorporated, they asked him to come in to design the city. So he had plans to design so many different buildings. Some of them never were built. Some of them were, like the one behind me. This building behind me was his administration building for his company. So every land development company had an administration office where they had their sales force and their offices. And this one right here, which is now the Addison restaurant, was his admin building. Now, as I said, we just got back from Spain, and you can see a lot of design elements here in this building, especially sort of this behind me that has that sort of Mediterranean, that Moorish look to it. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that Addison Mizner designed this building after the home of famous 13th century painter El Greco. He had a home in Toledo, Spain, which we happened to go to. We didn't go to his home, but we were in Toledo, Spain, and we did a tour there, and we saw one of his most famous paintings and at a church there. So kind of a cool connection for me that I was just in Toledo, Spain about 2 weeks ago, and now I'm here in Boca looking at a building that was inspired by El Greco's home in Toledo, Spain. But it's a neat place. As I said, now it's a restaurant. They have events here. Actually came to one of my clients who works at a famous resort in Palm Beach, works over at the Breakers, and they had their wedding here, and it was absolutely beautiful. We'll go take a look and see if we can get in the courtyard real quick. But just a really neat building that's here on the historical, one of the historical landmarks here in the state of Florida. And as I said, this was built in like 1925. But the building had architectural offices, sales offices. It also had an alfresco dining area, and it had a little apartment for Mizner as well. And you can see like the wrought iron gates and the barrel tile roofs. It's just beautiful. I love this style, and so I'm gonna go see if we can take a quick peek in the courtyard. So right here's where they had their wedding and the whole reception, and it was really beautiful. You had, because you got these huge banyan trees that have been here forever, they have all these lights that were lit up. It was absolutely stunning. And I'm so happy that I had a chance to be there and take part of that special moment in my customer's life. But so you got water fountain, the whole courtyard, and they've added some stuff. You got back here, it's kind of like a restaurant, more like the inside the event. But the building itself still holds a lot of the old design, especially when you look back up here behind me. And just look at this tree. It's absolutely stunning. And another really cool feature, which you'll find in a lot of South Florida homes, or lucky enough to have it, is that old pecky cypress, which you can't even get anymore. You'll see that in a lot of the older homes, and it's very cool to have that. I imagine it's pretty difficult to take care of, but I think it's really a strong cypress, durable, and that's why they built with it. Anyway, so this was the admin building for the Mizner Development Corporation, and just one of the buildings here in Boca Raton that are still around. And as I said, Addison's a private event place, so if you want to book an event, you can reach out to them and host your event here like my client did her wedding. All right, let's go take a tour. We're gonna go by and see if we can see one of his grandest projects. It's a historical hotel. I hope they'll let me in. We'll see. We're gonna drive by it anyway. All right, so no bueno, private, members only, or guests. I couldn't get in. But if you look at it from here, we go over the little bridge. So they have the main place is called the Cloister Inn, is what it was originally called, and it was designed by Addison Mizner back in 1926. And this was a smaller hotel. He had plans to design a much bigger hotel that the Ritz-Carlton ended up buying, and then they wanted to redesign it. So in the time that they were taking to redesign it, he went ahead and designed and had this one built. So it is a beautiful hotel. I've been in there once before. And then you got the tall tower up there with a restaurant at the very tip top. And it's a very nice hotel. And it's went under a major renovation. They have a whole beach club that you can go to, which is right here. I'll turn around and show you. So obviously a lot of the homes have been redesigned and leveled and rebuilt, but it is nice to see when some of the historic older homes are left. And one place that we can go that I know I can get into is a historic neighborhood that Addison Mizner designed. It was built for all of his executives for his company, and they were going to live there. And they did get some of the homes built. A lot of the company, the employees that were building the hotel, the Boca Raton Resort and Hotel, were also building these homes. But then the land bust happened, and obviously they didn't finish developing all of them. So I think they built about 29 of these homes, and we're going to go take a look at that. The neighborhood's called Old Floresta. So in 1925, when Mizner's development company was, trying to get people to buy lots, they knew that they needed to have homes built on them in order to be successful doing that. And so in October of 25, Mizner had got with some people and they decided to develop a couple of neighborhoods. This being one of them here just west of Boca Raton, called Old Floresta. And there's more modern homes built here now, but as you can see behind me, there's some that still have the Mediterranean style. Of course, you can see all the foliage here. It is one of the most beautiful streets I've ever seen. There's just trees everywhere. It's really just, old growth and really beautiful old Florida. But this was one of the neighborhoods, and it was going to be designed for his executives and the secretaries. They were going to live here. And then he had another neighborhood that he was planning to build. And they were supposed to build like 29 homes. And the contractor that was building the Cloister Inn, the Boca Raton Resort, that they started, but unfortunately they ran out of money and they didn't get to finish the project. So obviously there's a lot of homes here that have been built in the 50s and the 60s, but some of the original homes that he had built and designed are here in this neighborhood. And it's one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of South Florida. It's just, like I said, it's tree lined, it's beautiful, quiet, and really nice. Now, it's not inexpensive to live here. So I think there's 4 homes on the market right now. I think the least expensive one is somewhere around $3.5 million, and the most expensive one is somewhere up around $6 million. So, you know, it is a very exclusive neighborhood here in Boca Raton. But what a beautiful, I mean, I'm just walking here on this Friday, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So, and of course, this tree, look at this tree. I probably need to start making these videos a little earlier in the day, because in the summer in South Florida, these rainstorms are kicking in every afternoon, and they've been really, really violent storms, and it's starting to crackle up in the sky above me, so I got to get back into the car. But you know, just the great design, the braille tile roofs, the iron balconies and patios, just that beautiful Mizner look that you find here in Boca Raton. I said, what a great architect. He really left a really beautiful impression on South Florida with his design. So, like I said, this is one of the neighborhoods. There's another neighborhood a little more east. We won't see that today. And of course, the hotel would have been cool to see, but as I said, it's private. Can't really get in there. But it is a beautiful hotel. If you're ever in Boca Raton, I highly recommend checking out the Boca Raton Resort. It's not cheap. It's, you know, it's a very nice resort, but it's definitely worth it if you want to do that maybe one-time special trip down to Boca. Now, I know some of you watching are probably going, hey Paul, $4 to $6 million is not in my budget if I'm moving to Florida. So I got you covered. There is a really cool neighborhood that I like, and I've done some open houses there and had people look before. It's a little bit west, just here off Palmetto Road. It's called Boca Raton Square. A lot of the homes were built in the 60s, 70s, newer, some maybe a little older, but homes in there are running around 600,000 to over $1 million. Again, depending on where you're buying, how much remodeling has been done, if it's on the water. But it's a nice neighborhood, so let's go take a drive over there. All right, so this is Boca Square, just a little west of where we were at. And as I said, these homes were built in like the 60s. Obviously, there's some more modern ones. People have, torn down homes and put more modern homes up. But like this property here, this one's for sale. This one's like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, full home. It's priced at $850,000. So nice neighborhood, big palm trees, sidewalks. I don't believe there's an HOA in this particular neighborhood. And I was here a couple years ago looking for one of my clients. I was also working with a developer, but and it's starting to lightning above, so I'm gonna have to get in the car. But it's a cute neighborhood. So if you're looking for something, like I said, the 7s up to $1 million. There's a couple $2 million properties. Again, it depends on where the house is. As I spin around, you can kind of see the homes. There's one across the street that's a little bit more modern. Another one that looks like it's more built like in the 60s. This one that I said for sales with this broker is built in 67, I believe. So, but nice neighborhood, and a lot of foliage, well aged, I guess, neighborhood you would call it. Like, it's got a lot of mature landscaping. So, but it's called Boca Raton Square. And anyway, I just wanted to give you guys an idea. If you're looking for homes here in Boca, this might be an option for you. And there's schools all around, the hospital's close by, and you're not too far from the beach. I'd say it's maybe a 10-minute drive down to the beach. So, all right, before I get struck by lightning, let's hop in the car. And I think it's a good time to go get a bite to eat. So there's a really cool place now. It's nothing fancy, but I've wanted to try this place out for a long time. It's a chicken restaurant, and it's been here since 1964. So we're gonna get some fried chicken. Let's go. So located in this shopping center just north of Glades Road, this old shopping center, is a place that I've been wanting to check out, well, for about 30 years. I remember seeing this when I worked in Boca Raton, and I never went here. I don't know why, but I'm going to today. So we're gonna check out a place called Fran's Fried Chicken. And this restaurant opened up in 1964, and it is famous for its chicken. Now, this place has gone through a lot of different owners over the times, but it's now currently owned by a gentleman named Chris, who's a Boca Raton native. He says he remembers eating here when he was a kid, and apparently a lot of the people tried to change the recipe over the years, but when Chris took over in 2013, he said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So he went back to the original recipe that they used for making this chicken. Apparently they use a little sugar in the batter, so it gives it a sweetness. And well, I've heard a lot of good things about this place, so let's go eat some chicken. There you go. That's what you guys see. In Boca Raton. This place has been around since 1964. I've been wanting to try this place since I was here 30 years now, and I just kept driving by. I'm finally here. Just had a talk with Kevin and Tony. They hooked me up. I got a combo meal here with 2 pieces of dark, some fresh made mashed potatoes, nice little roll, some baked beans, and this barbecue sauce, which I could drink this. It's so damn good. This is amazing, but I can't wait to try it on the chicken. So all right, here we go. Here goes the taste.
Yeah, it's weird.
Nicely breaded. Let me show you guys this. Doesn't that look good? Right? And I'm definitely putting some sauce on it. I like sauce on my chicken.
Next thing you know, boom, I got honey garlic. I appreciate
it. It was a 30-year wait. It won't be 30 years again before I come back. Man. And light, really nice, light batter. The sauce has got sweet to it, sweet and tangy. Tony, the sauce is killer.
Tony, Fran's Chicken. We've been here since 1964. I'm hanging out with my friend Paul. We took his virginity today. He is no longer Fran's Chicken virgin. Come on in and check us out.
Guys, it was legitimately awesome. The chicken was awesome. The sauce is awesome. These people are awesome. That's why I tell you I like doing these, going to places like this. It's the people that just get to meet. This man right here, man. We will be back here again because they got a Franwich. They got chicken and waffles, and we're definitely going to be coming back here again for more, but that was the bomb. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. So good, man. Thank you. I only smile like that when I've had a really good meal. And that fried chicken was, I'm not kidding you guys, it was so damn good. It was light, it was well battered, got a little extra sauce to go on the way home. He said, take some home and put it on your food at home. So take a little bit of their Fran sauce. This stuff's like, I could drink this. So down here in Boca Raton, little plaza right here. Nothing fancy, just north of Glades Road. Fran's Fried Chicken. Ask for Tony, and they've been around since 1964. The place is amazing. All right, we got, we're almost done with this video here, but I think we got one more place to go, so I'll surprise you with it. All right, guys, and for that last spot that I was promising you, well, it's microbrewery. So I stopped off here at Barrel of Monks, having a single in Havana with guava. It's a nice light beer, not too strong, because I do have to go meet someone here in just about an hour to help them look at a house. But this is a cool microbrewery. They've been here Oh man, I would say probably 7 years at least, somewhere around there. I used to have some networking events here back in the day when I was coming down here to Boca more often. But they actually have my very favorite Christmas beer, which is their Christmas ale. Oh, what is it? Oh, I can't even think of the name of it. I was just talking about it, but it's a really good dark 12% Belgian Christmas ale. And Father Christmas, man, it's absolutely amazing. But cool place, really neat interior, good beer. I was just talking to a guy at the bar, cool. He comes here for one type of beer and that's it. There's all these other beers, but he just drinks one. But this place is over here off Rogers Circle. It's in an industrial park, like most of these breweries are, and it's west of 95. So you just kind of go over off Clintmore Road. I'll put a link for it because I know you guys don't know where I'm talking about when I give you addresses and stuff. But cool microbrewery, great small business, really neat bar as you can see inside, coolly decorated, and well, they have some really good beers too. So, but hey, so that's Boca Raton, right? A lot of cool history. Addison Mizner, amazing architect, cool design, left an amazing footprint on Boca in South Florida. Great food. Main coffee there was delicious with the little French treat I had, and of course Fran's fried chicken. God, man, that was so good. I'm definitely going back for that. That was absolutely amazing. So anyway, so if you guys like the videos, be sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below if you've ever been to any of the places that I've mentioned in the video, or if you plan to go to any of those places. And I hope you liked the little bit of history in Boca, and we'll definitely be back. So, but until then, as I always say, guys, when you're in paradise or South Florida, and even when it's raining, get out and enjoy paradise. Cheers. I'll talk to you next time.